What is up, Nerd Flame Nation? It is Mr. Flame here, and today we are igniting a bonfire of pure, unadulterated movie hype. We are diving deep into the projected slates of two animation powerhouses, Pixar and Illumination, to unearth the most earth-shattering sequels, reboots, and even some highly anticipated fan dream projects that are rumored to be heading our way starting in 2026. Forget what you think you know about animation. The future of the box office is about to be rewritten, and the studios are betting billions on bringing back the biggest classics and most recent blockbusters. Prepare your hype meters, because what we're about to reveal are the posters that I have been crafting in the secret vaults of Nerd Flame, blending confirmed projects with the wildest fan theories, all designed to generate maximum internet buzz and maybe, just maybe, pressure the studios to make these fake ones a reality. This is the timeline that will define the next decade of pop culture. The first mega project we absolutely need to talk about, lighting the torch in 2026, is the powerhouse sequel that everybody knows is coming. A film that will see the return of the world's most beloved toy cowboy and space ranger, Toy Story 5. It feels almost impossible that a franchise, which has given us 4 perfect entries, is continuing, but the confirmation from Pixar's highest ranks has sent the internet into a frenzy of speculation. The biggest rumor, the one I am absolutely obsessed with, is the return of legacy characters like Jessie and Buzz being more central than ever, but with a twist. The story is now rumored to follow Andy's child, inheriting the toys, adding a whole new layer of emotional complexity to the themes of letting go and growing up that the franchise has perfected. Imagine the marketing gold of seeing a grown-up Bonnie finally having to pass on Woody. There are whispers of a narrative that takes the toys outside the realm of domesticity and into a larger, scarier world. Potentially even a brief jump back to the antique store from the second film, or a cross-country adventure. The expectation is not just for a good movie. The expectation is for a perfect finale, another emotional gut punch that validates the legacy of the original trilogy while setting up the new generation. Anything less than a monumental billion-dollar success will be considered a failure, and the pressure on director Andrew Stanton, who is rumored to be circling the project again, must be astronomical. This film isn't just a sequel, it's a cultural checkpoint, and the fans are already dissecting every single frame of the non-existent trailer for clues. Following that Pixar giant, we have to swing over to Illumination's side, and the hype train pulls into the Mushroom Kingdom station for the Super Mario Bros. Movie 2. The first film was a financial behemoth, silencing every single critic, and proving that Illumination knows how to translate pure video game fun into box office gold. And the sequel, slated for an early 2026 release, is already being dissected by fans looking for new world introductions. The number one rumor is the expansion of the lore to include the most iconic characters not seen in the first installment, particularly an appearance by Yoshi, possibly even as a central character in a plot that could mirror the events of Super Mario World. I've even heard whispers that the sequel could introduce elements of the Luigi's Mansion franchise, which would be a brilliant way to give Luigi a more substantial and terrifying arc, perhaps rescuing Mario from a ghostly predicament. The expectation here is sheer scale, bigger boss battles, more inventive animation sequences, and an even deeper dive into the tapestry of the Nintendo universe. Imagine a post-credits scene teasing a Legend of Zelda movie. The fans aren't just hoping for another fun movie. They're demanding the cinematic equivalent of playing a new, groundbreaking Mario game for the first time, one that fully utilizes the vibrant, musical, and action-packed potential of the source material. Illumination needs to deliver a film that not only hits the same financial highs, but also increases the critical standing of the franchise, cementing it as their next permanent animated juggernaut outside of the Minions universe. Jumping further into the timeline, we have a hypothetical, but absolutely necessary, fan-fueled project that is a blend of both studios' DNA. a high-concept sequel that would break the internet. Inside Out 3. Yes, the second film is barely out, but the fan base is already mapping out the next phase of Riley's life. And the most compelling idea that is dominating message boards is the introduction of new, powerful, and existential emotions, possibly surrounding the core concept of ambition or even apathy. The rumors suggest that the next major turning point in Riley's life will be college applications and the crushing weight of making life-altering choices, which would require the original crew of emotions to deal with an entirely new psychological landscape. Imagine the cinematic potential of Riley's mind manifesting a new, hyper-efficient control room for a new emotion, perhaps named doubt, which systematically undermines all of Joy's hard work. There's also the persistent rumor that the third film could see an entirely new mind introduced, maybe a love interest for Riley, allowing us a parallel look at two entirely different emotional control centers grappling with the chaos of young adulthood. This concept, even as a fictional Nerd Flame poster, ignites instant discussion because the franchise is universally adored, and the fans crave a continuation that tackles complex mental health themes with the same brilliant simplicity as the first two films. The expectation is profound, to keep the emotional maturity rising without losing the accessible charm, and a third installment that tackles the quarter-life crisis would be a narrative masterstroke that only Pixar could pull off, cementing their place as the king of emotional storytelling. Finally, we arrive at the film that will complete the animation world's domination later in the decade, one that Illumination would be foolish not to produce: The Secret Life of Pets 3. The two previous movies delivered huge laughs and even bigger box office returns, but the fans know there's more to explore in the domestic chaos of Max and Duke. The persistent and most exciting rumor is that the third installment will introduce an entirely new environment, perhaps a massive animal sanctuary or a sprawling farm, where the pampered city pets are accidentally abandoned, forcing them to survive in a much wilder, more unpredictable setting. This shift in setting would allow for a fresh new cast of hilarious animal characters and inject a massive dose of slapstick and adventure that the franchise thrives on. Imagine a desperate Max having to learn to herd sheep from a no-nonsense border collie. The other major fan theory centers on a return to the sewer-dwelling flushed pets, with Snowball the rabbit having to choose between his comfy domestic life and leading his former revolutionary army for one final, insane mission. The anticipation isn't just for a funny sequel. It's for a film that feels bigger and bolder, taking the high-concept premise and giving it a massive, unexpected scope, a true blockbuster feel that expands the world beyond the apartment building. The expectations are high for a comedy that tops the original's chaotic energy, and if Illumination can deliver on the rumors of a major new environment and high-stakes comedy, this film will absolutely crush the holiday season box office when it finally arrives, real or fake. So there you have it, Nerd Flame Nation. The future of animation is looking ridiculously stacked with potential box office monsters, blending confirmed heavy hitters like Toy Story 5 and the Super Mario Bros. Movie 2 with the deep cut, fan-demanded sequels like Inside Out 3 and The Secret Life of Pets 3 that simply must happen. The animation landscape from 2026 onwards is set to be a continuous cycle of hype, nostalgia, and groundbreaking storytelling. And we here at Nerd Flame are going to be on the front lines for every single rumor, announcement, and fake poster launch. These are the films that will dominate the conversation for the next 5 years, and the studios know they have to bring their absolute A-game to satisfy the millions of fans who grew up on these characters. Do you agree with our list? Which of these sequels, real or purely hypothetical, are you most excited to see? Let me know in the comments below. Smash that like button if this video ignited your hype, and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss our next deep dive into the projects that Hollywood doesn't want you to know about. Mr. Flame, signing off.
I didn't know this was even possible. I learned how to make money online. The link is right below in the first pinned comment.